Hey there, this is Moritz from Wolkify.com, and today I want to talk about people who follow their passion. So check it out. Okay, so what actually inspired me to record this video about following your dreams and your passion and really pursuing the goals that you set for yourself is that I read the following book. It is Sam Walton's Made in America. Now, most of you might know who Sam Walton is. For those who don't, it is the guy who founded Walmart. So he's one of the greatest entrepreneurs of the 20th century and became one of the richest men in the world. I think actually at one point he was the richest man in the world. So definitely a success story. Now, for me, it's a little bit weird, or it was a little bit weird at the beginning when I started reading this book, because it talks a lot about retailing, obviously. It's all about retailing. And this guy, Sam Walton, was all about retailing. That was his passion, and that was what he was all about. That was his goal, that was his path, and that was what he pursued in life. So I'm not interested in retailing at all. Matter of fact, I couldn't give a shit about retailing. Like, I really don't care. I'm not into the retailing business. I'm not interested in how retailing works exactly. I don't care about it whatsoever. I'm not even a excited shopper. I don't like going shopping. I don't like this kind of instant gratification. But what I learned from this book is really that it does not matter what your passion is in life as long as you are passionate about something. And this guy, Sam Walton, I mean, he was passionate like a motherfucker. He really knew what he wanted to do with his life, and he just went for it. And he went all out with it. So, just to give you an example, or a couple of examples, he starts describing how he took over his first retail shop. It was sort of like this retail chain or something in the 50s in the US, in the middle of nowhere. And he would start this shop, and he knew nothing about retailing, so he would learn it from scratch, like bootstrap his way up. And he would just hustle, like hardcore. He would work 7 days a week. His family would be part of it. He had like 4 kids, I think, at some point. So they would all just work at that shop, and from a very young age on. So they would have popcorn machines to attract more customers and all that sort of shit, and really try anything and see if it works to create more revenue and more profit in the long run. So he would just go out and test what works and what doesn't, because he didn't know what he was doing at the very beginning. So he just had to try everything. He had to check everything, and he was questioning everything that other people were doing as well. So he started in this business, and he knew that he knows nothing, but he knew that this was his passion, this was what he was trying to become good at. So while learning from the people who had more experience in that particular field, he also tried everything and doubted everything that these people were doing, and he was really just questioning everything that the retail industry was doing at that moment. And this is what made him so good after just a couple of years, because he did not have these limitations in his mind that other people do. He was willing to learn and implement what was working, but he was not taking anything for granted. He was just doubting and questioning every single step of that retailing process. Another example of just how hardcore he went with it, he describes how he went on these buying trips with his first employees. So he would start Walmart, like the actual Walmart, the chain, a little later, after he already worked as a retailer for I think about a decade, and he was actually very successful. But he knew that he wanted to do his own thing, and he wanted to do the really low price discount retailing, and for that he had to start his own chain. So he would go out on these buying trips with his crew at the very beginning, and he knew that he really had to negotiate hard with the people they were buying from. So he would go out there and really negotiate like hardcore. He would really push the prices down because he knew that he could then take that profit or whatever and forward it to the customer. So he would not actually keep that profit for himself. He would not increase his profit margin by doing this hard negotiation, but he would actually forward the profit to the customer. So the customer spends less in his shop, and he knew that this is what attracts customers in the first place. So he would be out on these buying trips like on the weekends, because during the week he had to run his shops and like sell his stuff. So on the weekends he would take everyone on this buying trip, and he would make the people like stay up until midnight just negotiating back and forth with the people they were buying from. And then that would be like Saturday night, or like Friday night and Saturday, the entire day. And like Saturday night, everybody of his crew would go out and like, you know, celebrate their success or whatever, have a beer, chill a little bit. And they knew that they would have to do the same thing the next day on Sunday. So Sam Walton, he would not join them. He would just leave them and tell them that they would meet up 6 a.m. sharp the next day in front of the next guy they would negotiate with. So these people, like in his crew, they would say, well, we just closed this awesome deal. Why don't you just have a little fun with us? And the merchant that we're gonna buy from tomorrow, he's not gonna open his shop until 9 a.m. anyway. And I actually love this part. Sam Walton would just look at them with a straight face and say, well, we're gonna find something to do. We're gonna meet at 6. So there was like nothing to do from 6 till 9 a.m. They would just meet the other guy at 9 a.m. But they would still meet up at 6, because that's the kind of passion this guy had. He would just get there at 6 because he knew he would find something to do. And obviously he would, because he was just so driven and so excited about being the best he could be in the field that he loved the most. So this is actually what I want you to take out of this biography as well, or what I got out of it. You gotta find what you love. You gotta find the thing that makes you get up voluntarily at 6 a.m. like on a fucking Sunday morning, just because you love what you do. You love what you're doing. You love what you're part of. You can see the progress. You can see where you're going with this, and you just want to increase the speed that you're going on that path that you're on. So you gotta go out and find that passion, and it really doesn't matter what the fuck it is. I mean, for this guy it was retailing. For most people probably retailing is not that exciting. I know for me it isn't, but you find that one passion and you will just never feel like you have to go to work and like do your 9 till 5 job, because you're gonna be so driven by that excitement that is inside of you about the thing that you love, that there is no way it will feel like work. I mean, this guy, Sam Walton, I don't know, he doesn't state it explicitly, but I'm pretty sure he never felt like he's working when he's at Walmart. I mean, he says that they were working crazy hours, he was working non-stop for like decades, but it never felt like work to him, because he just loved the thing he was doing, and he would inspire everyone around him with this kind of passion. I mean, this is sort of the Walmart spirit that he created, and this company feeling that he created, because he was the driven guy. He was the guy on the top, and he was sharing his passion with all his employees. So this is the main reason, I think, why he was so successful. He just had that inner drive, that inner passion, and he found a way to share it with the world and enrich the world by doing so. So go out, find your passion, really find the thing that gets you excited every morning, the thing that makes you wake up, makes you want to get up and do that thing. Doesn't matter what it is, just go out, find it, and once you found it, just commit to it hardcore, like this guy did. And then there's really no limitations to what you can accomplish with this. Okay, keep that in mind. Remember to learn from anyone, even if you don't like the business per se, even if you don't like the person per se, even if you don't like the company per se. Look for people who are passionate about something in their life and learn from them. Learn about their passion, not what they do exactly, like what their passion is, but learn about passion itself and then implement that into your life. Keep that in mind. Talk to you next time.